Hey guys, and welcome to a really quick information video for you regarding the War Within. We've had some more information come out than we previously had, plus we're going to give newer players a bit of a heads up of exactly what they're going to need to have completed to be able to get access to the War Within when it finally comes out. So as you know, when I mentioned in the last video, you've got to have a few things done in preparation for the quest. From preparing your Tenno and your operator, getting your fashion frame on, to make sure that you've actually unlocked the planet of Sedna. However, as a veteran player, it's easy to forget that it's not as simple as saying just make sure you got Sedna unlocked. For some of you, you might not be that far through the star chart. It could be a lengthy process to actually get to unlocking that planet. On the way to unlocking Sedna, you were required to complete Vor's Prize for the Venus Junction, Once Awake for the Mars Junction, Arkwing for Jupiter Junction, Stolen Dreams for the Europa Junction, the New Strange for the Saturn Junction, and the Second Dream for the Pluto Junction. So as you can see, while you're slash dashing away through the star chart, you're going to get a ton of quests on the way, and a ton of story and lore of the game. My advice though, the quests are not replayable right now. So even if you're trying to unlock as much as you can, as quickly as you can, ready for the quest to drop, slow down for these quests, enjoy the story, enjoy the quests. They are some of the best parts of Warframe right now, and it's a shame that I can't go back and play them again. Just don't rush through them and then regret it later. Now these quests are only part of the requirements that actually complete some of the junctions, and are admittedly some of the more time consuming things. However, each of the junctions do require their own set of challenges to be completed before they're done. So the main thing to do is to check those challenges as soon as you land on a planet and work towards them immediately. There's nothing worse than getting to the end of the planet, getting to the junction and realising there was actually something you could have done already. Most of them you will complete normally, but some of them do require specific things such as crafting a Spectre or crafting a Mastery 5 weapon, or even completing nodes on completely different planets. Now I will leave a link in the description to below where it's got a list of weapons that are Mastery 5 or above and will be eligible to progress you with that challenge. There's a couple I would definitely recommend. You've got the Grinlock in there, I really like a lot. The Marelock's in there, the Jacket Tag's another one. You've got the Sybaris, Tonkor, or even the very easy to craft Soma at Mastery 6. There's some really solid weapons here to get to grips with. But don't forget, you've got to get to Mastery 5 while you're doing this. So don't forget to be leveling weapons while you're progressing through the star chart. And that will help you a huge amount towards the Mastery 5 bit of actually getting that weapon. Now, just remember, some of these are going to be a little bit time consuming, as I said earlier. For example, crafting a Spectre takes a 12-hour crafting time. The Arkwing will require crafting of the individual parts as well as the Arkwing, so that's a few days worth of crafting as well. And the Mastery rank 5 weapon or above is going to be between 12 or 24 hours, probably 24 more likely. I would focus on trying to get those requirements done early so that you can progress through the star chart a bit quicker. Now there is a set order to the progression to be as efficient as possible, and I'm going to go through that as quickly as I can for you that haven't done it yet. You're going to start with Vor's Prize, the tutorial mission, then you're going to complete the Venus Junction. The hardest part of that will be the Eximus enemies. Best place I found to get them would be the Spy Mission Cambria. Couple of runs and then you should have that. Moving on to Venus, you will see that you will have to complete the Mercury Junction. Once again, Eximus units are the hardest ones to complete. And again, I feel the Spy Mission Under seems to spawn them more regularly than most, although any endless missions will spawn them after a certain amount of time. After this, you've got to complete the Once Awake quest. At the minimum, you've got to unlock up to Susei on Mercury, because it's a requirement of the next junction, which is back on Earth, and that is the Mars Junction. Moving on to the Mars, the planet, we'll go for the Ceres Junction next. Nothing too difficult in terms of the requirements here. However, you will get the quest the Arkwing from completing this, which needs to be run as part of the requirements for the Jupiter Junction, which is our next stop. There is nothing too time consuming on this one, and you will complete the majority of these challenges on your way to that junction anyway. However, once we've done that junction, we're back to Mars again to check out Phobos, which, to be honest, you've probably completed that trying to get the Ceres Junction unlocked anyway, so it shouldn't be too much to do here but clear that junction. Even if there is, there's nothing particularly time consuming here. From the Phobos Junction, you'll unlock the Stolen Dreams quest, which is part of the requirement for the next junction we got to clear, which is Europa. Now the crafting of the Spectre will set you back 12 hours, and that is in this junction. You will also have to do a Void Exterminate here as well that we actually unlocked from opening up Phobos. so you've got to actually progress through Phobos all the way round to this Void Exterminate. From this though, we unlock the Limbo Theorem and also, more importantly, the New Strange, which, as you may have noticed a pattern here, is a requirement for the Saturn junction. This one needs you to take on a couple of bosses as well to progress to that next junction, Uranus. The requirements for this junction though aren't particularly high, however you will have to craft a derelict key that you can find on the market. Build costs aren't that high either, so you probably won't have to worry about farming resources too much. Moving on from that, we got the Neptune junction, which is possibly, in my opinion, the most time intensive one. One of the requirements is that you have to have completed the Natar quest. This is triggered by scanning a drone that shows up in the C-Lab tileset on Uranus. This can be slightly hit or miss and could take a few tries to get this to show up. In addition to that, you have to complete a sabotage by finding all 3 caches, which has the potential to take a little bit of time if you don't know where you're looking. However, once you've got this complete, you will unlock one of my favourite quests in the game. It's one of my favourite quests in any game I've ever played, to be honest, and that is the Second Dream. Even if you've rushed your way through the game, through the star chart to this bit, do not do it with this one. I repeat, do not. It's incredible and you will regret blitzing it because you can't go back and replay it. Now, the Second Dream is a requirement of unlocking the Pluto junction. It's another very simple junction in terms of requirements, although if you aren't very good at Spy, this might take a few tries. It's not too hard when you get the hang of it though. And then we're on to our final junction, which is Sedna. Now, the requirements here are a little bit hefty. It will require you to go to Lua, and it will require you to get hold of 3 drift mods from the challenge rooms. If you need a guide for those, you can find a playlist in the description below to Frozen Balls. It's a good friend of mine and the guides that he made for them. It will also require you to kill 10 sentients, which are a pain in the backside to kill. Make sure you take weapons with different elementals on there, since they adapt to your damage, and this will help you to take them down a little bit easier. And this is also where the Mastery rank 5 or above weapon is needed. But once you've done this, you are now officially ready to take on the War Within when it launches. I hope this guide was actually helpful to those of you that haven't progressed all the way through the star chart yet. Or, like I said, have only just started the game and want to be ready for when the new patch and when the new quest comes out. This really was for you guys more than veteran players. Like I said earlier, although you might be excited for the new quest and want to progress as quickly as possible, slow down a bit when you get to the quests, take them at a normal pace, enjoy the cutscenes, enjoy the dialogue and the story. As for the War Within, well, we'll see when that comes out. I'm not going to hype it up, and this is not a hype video. I have information I want to share with you guys to make sure you're ready for it when it finally does come out. With a bit of luck, it won't be too much longer, and we can finally sit and enjoy the content it brings. However, if you've got any feedback, leave it in the comment below. Smash that like button if you like the video, and sub if you like my content, and I shall see you in the next video.